bringing you the brightest in the bluegrass. This is Everyday Kentucky.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Helena Handbasket.
And I am Jim Caldwell. We're so glad you're here with us on the CW Lexington for our second half hour of Everyday Kentucky, right?
Second half hour. Yes, it's going to be fun.
It is going to be
The
fun.
first one flew by just like that.
Well, yeah, I know you were like, it's already time?
It's already time? It's over?
Yeah, that first half hour, it flies by. Especially when you're having so much fun. We had some good guests on. We got some good information, you know. And we got some great information about you. But what I want to do now is for this to start this second half hour, I want to dig deeper into the brain of Helena.
Oh,
and I want to
good luck with that.
I want to learn more.
If you can get through all this hair.
Yeah, well, I know. That's why I'm doing it with a big claw here, trying to get through. So let's talk about you. You know, you're Kentucky true and true, but you've got some back and forth, right?
A little bit. So my mom and dad were both from Lee County here in Kentucky, in eastern Kentucky, and then they moved to Indiana before I was born, and you know, people moved up north a little bit, and so I was actually born in Richmond, Indiana. But we came back. I was a teenager when we came back, and I graduated from high school at Lee County High School in Beattyville. But yeah, my mom and dad were both from the outskirts of Beattyville. And if you know Beattyville at all, you know how small it is. So to say the outskirts of Beattyville, mommy was from Yellow Rock and daddy was from Old Landon, right on the river. And so yeah, it was interesting being the kid that I was and graduating in Beattyville, but I wouldn't trade that for anything in the world. You know, those experiences and those beautiful people that that were part of my life back then, they helped form the person that I am now. Now, would they want credit or blame for that? Seeing me sitting here right now, I don't know. But yeah, Lee County is still part of my heart and will always be. I don't get to go back as often as I used to because my parents are both gone, but yeah, it was something.
Yeah. So you still have family there, like extended family that's in the area?
I've got some cousins,
yeah.
some cousins that still live there, but yeah, I don't get to go back that often.
Well, you know, it really is. You know, I'm from Eastern Kentucky too, and sometimes it's just hard. You know, there's just so much going on in our lives. You know, even though it's so close, it can be so far away. You know?
I used to giggle about being from a place that celebrated the Woolly Worm Festival.
The Woolly Worm, yes.
All kinds of jokes. Helena Handbasket does comedy. Honey, I don't have to write comedy when it's that easy. I mean, you know, let's talk about your Woolly Worm.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. And of course, I think that festival's this month, I believe,
I think
isn't it?
so.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
And so, you know, they've
not asked
races.
Helena to come and perform at the Woolly Worm Festival yet. There you go. That's something to aspire to.
Here's what we've got. But they do races of woolly worms on strings, remember?
They do all kinds of things with woolly worms in Beattyville, but yeah.
It's a lot of fun, but it's fun. October 18th and 19th, so coming up here
that's
soon.
right. That's coming up.
Yeah. Listen, I knew. I just pulled that date off the top of my head. Nobody told me anything.
Nobody told you anything in your ear. No. I love it.
Let's look at some more trending stories since we went down into the past of Helena. Some Snapchat users will have to pay a fee to keep their memories. The social media platform started the feature back in 2016.
It allows people to save videos and photos instead of letting them disappear. Since then, more than 1 trillion memories were saved, and Snapchat's parent company says it needs a little financial help for its infrastructure. Users who have more than 5 gigabytes worth of memories will get charged. Snapchat has about 460 million users per day.
Is Helena one of those users? Do you have Snapchat?
I have it. I barely ever use it. You know, I am a person of a certain age. I am one of those Facebook people. You can find everything I do, you can find on Facebook. I have an Instagram, I have a Snapchat, I have all the stuff. But you know, old school. I still go Facebook.
You know, I've been on Facebook. It reminds you, you know, from time to time. I got on it when I was still in college, because in the beginning you had to have a college email address to even get it.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, that's how far back I go with it. So I got on it fall of 2005, and I was on MySpace too at that same time. You know,
MySpace. Oh gosh, that takes me back. Yeah, that was Helena's first account was on MySpace.
Oh, I bet so. I bet that was a lot. You know, those accounts, you know, they were so much fun because you could decorate them and you could make them dance and sing and all that stuff.
Yes,
you know.
it was a lot of fun. You know, I had Helena Handbasket. I had a Facebook account, and it got hacked and stolen. I never got it back. Like 4,000 something followers, and yeah, somehow somebody got in there, and I had people helping me and trying to get back into it, lost it all. So now Helena is part of, you know, Anthony books all my shows and everything. So Anthony Smallwood Facebook, and then in parentheses it says Helena Handbasket. So we kind of share a Facebook.
Well, that, you know, that's fine.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
You know, people talk about people that share Facebooks all the time, but that's all right.
I know, right?
I
know, right?
This one.
But anytime, you know, people are wanting to know what Helena's doing, they can go to Anthony Smallwood's Facebook, and it'll be on there.
Good, check it out right there. And you know what? I've learned there's no help. When you try to contact them, it takes forever to get anybody to respond to you. So I get it. I get your
Listen,
issues.
it was awful. And all the pictures, all the videos, all the memories that I had with that account, and just gone.
Gone just like that. Absolutely. All right. For the second year in a row, Lainey Wilson will lead the biggest night in country music.
Oh, I love her.
She's been named the host for the 59th annual CMA Awards, which will air live on November 19th.
Ooh, I want to go. Let's go.
I'd love to. I would.
Wilson is tied for the most nominations at the 2025 show, including a nod for Entertainer of the Year. Other performers and presenters will be announced within the next few weeks. Tickets to see the show are still available on CMA's website. Let's go, Jim. The CMA Awards debuted in 1967. You're welcome. The show has become the longest-running annual music awards program to air on network television. And you know, that reminds me, I do host a brunch at Epping's every other month, and November 16th is going to be my next brunch. And the reason I bring that up while we're talking about this is we're doing themes, and the theme is going to be country divas past and present. Oh. So we're all going to do country songs.
Oh, I love
And
this.
November's my birthday. So,
really?
So it's going to be my birthday brunch, yeah.
So have you already picked a song?
I'm working on a few, and I like to sing some of mine live instead of just lip sync. So
see, I like that.
You know, sing you a little song. You know, why not?
It's about the entertainment. It's about the fun that one can have.
Absolutely. I'm working on planning a Christmas show, and yeah, all kinds of fun stuff going on.
See, aren't you glad you came on? You get to tell everybody.
I know, right? I know.
Talk, you know?
Do you know what else today is?
What is it?
It's National Noodle Day.
It sure is.
Insert your own joke here.
Noodles were invented in China around 4,000 years ago. Instant ramen noodles were invented in Japan in 1958. You can mark the day by making your own noodles or just go out to eat noodles. Even easier, make some packaged mac and cheese or ramen noodles at home, because that is such a simple little quick meal, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm not in college anymore. I don't eat
I was getting ready to say that's the budgetary, back then.
Now I'll go downtown at Upper and Main Street and dive in there with some chicken piccata. Those are the best noodles that come with the chicken piccata dish there at Italics. Oh, I love those noodles. And they make those homemade on site.
Do they really?
Yeah, that's what they tell me anyway. Somebody's lying to me if it's not true.
Well, no. I'm sure they do. I was recently in France, and we went to France and we ate at an Italian restaurant because we're like, oh, well, Italy's right there. This is going to be great, right? You know, right. Italy's not that far away. So we go in, and my wife is gluten-free. Okay. She got celiac disease, so she can't. So everybody was very accommodating over there, which I was like, this is great.
Nice.
So the guy who's waiting on us, he comes out. He wasn't necessarily the waiter, but he was like a manager, I guess. He says, yeah, I've got gluten-free, no big deal. So he goes back to the back, and I'm like, where'd he go? I need a drink, I need a pop, I was thirsty. So he comes running back, and he pulls out from behind him a box, a Barilla, or a Berea, or whatever they're called.
Oh, you're kidding.
Gluten-free. He's like, yeah, we got gluten-free. I'm like, well, you know what? We can get that in the States, but we know it's gluten-free that way.
That's right. That's exactly right.
I thought that was so funny. I said, honey, we could have had this at home. We didn't have to go all the way to France.
So, that's funny. Did you love it over there?
I did.
We went to a restaurant when we were over there. Dean and I lived in England for 2 years, and we got to go to Paris, and we took his mother for her 80th birthday, and we had dinner there. But the first night we got there, we went into this restaurant. Well, they handed me one menu, and then they handed them the other menus. Well, the one I had just happened to have everything underneath it in English, but they didn't have those menus. And so they were like, oh, I don't know what to order. And I said, well, how about the, you know?
Yes.
And they were like, what is that? How do you know what that is? And I said, well, I think that's chicken, you know, and I'm just reading it.
Yeah.
Of course, they didn't know mine had English on it. And so they were so impressed. And so the waiter came and I was ordering for them and everything. And they were like, oh my goodness, Dean's mother was so impressed. And I finally had to confess. I said, mine had English. She said, well, I'm not impressed anymore.
Yeah, I'd say not. That sounds like a mother-in-law, right?
I know, right?
I love it.
She was fabulous.